Joe, we know how frustrated the boss is with that, how frustrated the fans are with that, and we've been talking about the referee already, but what was it like playing in that game?
Yeah, I think there was a couple of things happened even before the first sending off, to be honest. That was his decisions were maybe a bit iffy, but it was right up by the dugout. I didn't see Callum. From where I stood, it looked like maybe a standing foot just came from underneath him, and Callum's is not that sort of player. For me, the two decisions, why is it taking him so long to give him the red, so he's obviously unsure. The Kieran one, you see them given, don't you? You do see them given for a high foot, but I think Kieran's actually the one that gets fouled, but just devastated really in there. Lads are disappointed because I think we've looked at the other results, and I think two teams have scored last minute as well, so but we keep going, we showed great heart and fitness, and it would have been a great win, but it's obviously disappointing. That's football.
97th minute, the equaliser, Joe, and even there, the ball hits the post but bounces off the inside and bounces to where one of their players is.
Yeah, we're still saying in there, we can't believe the lads took a shot, to be honest, because if he blazes that over the bar, he's getting dog's abuse. But to be honest, I didn't see him strike it, to be fair, because I think he went to strike and then took another touch, and there was bodies in front. But when I heard it hit the post, I was delighted, but I looked across and it's come back in, and we've only got eight players on the pitch, 9 players on the pitch, so it's devastating. Listen, that's the last 2 games now we've conceded. Should be probably another 4 points, but we've got to dust ourselves down. We can't. There's still 6 games left. There's a lot of football to be played, and it's going to be a difficult one, to get over. So hopefully we just clear the decks, maybe a couple of days off, just to get our minds right, and then attack next week and another massive game next week.
Surely the response from the fans at the end of the game perhaps just helps you get over a little bit, standing ovation around the ground, the fans right behind you, so they're feeling it just as badly as you are, so perhaps that'll help you get over it a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. Listen, we've all played against 10 men or 9 men, whether you're playing Sunday League football or professional football. It's difficult, so to go so long, what did we do, 50 minutes maybe without Callum, and then unfortunately Kieran, but we just dug in so well, and to be honest, I thought we maybe could have got 2, even 3 with 10 men in the second half. I think we started the second half really well, but I said in there after the game, I said, I think we need to score again, boys, and that changes the game a little bit. But fair play to Nev, he's got the second goal, and we just couldn't hang on. It was just the lads are in the shower there, can't believe what's actually happened, so it's disappointing, but football's like that. It's strange at times, and we've just got to try and get over it as quick as we can.
As you say, from one apiece, and I think you made a tremendous save, didn't you, at 1-1, and then the ball's down the other end, and as you say, Elliot goes and scores the goal, and you just think, well, perhaps it might be our day after all.
Yeah, it was nice. It was just a reaction, just hit my arm, because the lad did well, he headed it down, so I just threw my arm at it, and then it's popped back up, I punched it, and then we've broke and scored, so delighted with that. But I think there was still 15-18 minutes left, was there? So there was a lot of football still to be played, and we knew they'd be bombarding it, but I think the second sending off just makes a massive difference, doesn't it? And I didn't think we were hanging on, I think we looked pretty comfortable, and like I said, still looked dangerous when we had 10 men, but just a sucker punch like that is it's so difficult to take.
I don't want to get into trouble, but I mean, the lot of talk about referees and the standards and understanding the game, and do they sort of understand some of the challenges that are going on? And as broadcasters, as watchers of the game, sometimes you just wonder, because they didn't seem like footballing decisions today to me. Somebody who knows something about the game.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Sometimes you get them. Listen, last week, for their winner, I spoke to Alan Judge, the lad who's hooked the ball back in from Colchester. He said it's a yard goal. When I looked over, the linesman is still about 6 yards out. He's not keeping up with play. So, listen, we can moan all we want about referees and things like that. Yeah, it was heated today. There was a lot of challenges, a lot of bookings. But for me, why it took him so long to make them decisions, if they're clear red cards, make the decision, but and then the 2 gaffers get booked, and it's just strange. I suppose you didn't get booked, but it's disappointing, but that's football. Listen, it happens to both teams, and we've been let down by them, I think, the last couple of games especially, where that could be 4 massive points that were, but it's not. Listen, it's football. You have to play till the final whistle. There was added on time, a lot of added on time, but listen, we've got to dust ourselves down. There's still a massive chance to get promoted, and that's what we'll be aiming to do.
Managers quite often use the siege mentality. Everybody's against us, don't they? Sort of thing in those sort of circumstances, and that's the one thing you can do. At the moment nothing's going our way. We've got to make sure we do it ourselves. And six games to go, and I think you actually closed the gap on third place to 2 points, even with a draw today. So I mean, as you say, Joe, still loads to play for.
Oh, it's massive. Like, don't get me wrong. There's 11, 12 teams can all be in the mix. So you want to be in there. Hopefully our little blip that we had it is gone, and if we finish well, you just don't know where it's going to take us. To be 2 points off third, I don't know how many points off second we are, but you got to keep going. You win 2 or 3 games on the bounce, and we'll see where that gets us. But another tough game on Saturday. But these defeats are difficult. They're difficult. But if we were playing poorly, it would be a little bit more difficult, I think. But we're actually not. We're actually doing okay. These last 4 or 5 games, I feel. So we've got to try. I think the gaffer's given us 2 days off. I think it's a good thing just to clear the decks, get us over there, and we've got a full week's training then next week, and then hopefully we can get a good result. I think it's Bristol, isn't it? Yeah. So another tough game, in and around it. So again, we'll stew over it tonight and then back at it tomorrow.
Is an advantage playing Bristol Rovers? Do you Exeter to come here as well? I mean, no sides right around you. I mean, obviously you can do damage at the same time as you're helping yourselves. Yeah,
absolutely. Listen, you're never going to get, when it comes to 10 games or whatever in the season left, you're always going to have 3 or 4 of them are going to be in there or thereabouts in the mix with yourself. So we win them games, we make a statement, and we kick on up the league. But there's still loads of football to play, massive, and you've seen the results today, last minute goals, last minute equalisers, so it's going to be every kick of every game that's going to matter.
I just said to Mickey there, I mean, you must have been pleased with the response of the fans at the end. I mean, you've got a standing ovation at the end then from the fans. They know how hard done they feel, and you feel you've been done today. So, I mean, they haven't left your side, certainly. They understand what's going on.
No, I don't think they will. I know this club, although I've been away from it for a long time. It's in my blood, it's the reason I'm still in football, was the 5 years I had here. So I know the fans are like, I live in the area, they're passionate, and they know when a team works hard. As long as a team works hard, I'm a football fan. Everyone likes that, and then that little bit of sprinkling of quality always helps. But as long as you work hard, which we did today, fitness I thought just was unbelievable from the lads. That's a credit to, the strength and conditioning coach, physios, because these are the times now, we've played 40 games in the league plus another 4, 5, 6 in cups. It's we definitely need them, and the final push is going to be massive, and they're going to be part of it.
And obviously you can be slightly more philosophical a bit more quickly perhaps than some of the younger lads. Say it'll hit them hard, and Callum, Kieran could miss games now. That's not going to help the squad either, is it? Even though you've had to suffer from that today. But I mean, can you be a help to everybody around the camp? Will you get over it quicker than anybody else?
I've got 3 kids at home, and that always helps. Since I've had kids, it's amazing. Whereas my wife will tell you I'd stew over this for 2-3 days and probably wouldn't speak to her. But it's that's you get to know that, and you get to it becomes part of your life. But no, listen, we'll come back strong. I'm sure we will, and come back in Tuesday. Like I said, it's not as if we're playing bad. We're playing well, and that was a different performance today. What we had to put in. And then we dug in and just, a killer blow at the end. But we've got to, as the gaffer says, we've got to take some positives from it.
Must be some luck somewhere in the running for you, Joe. Perhaps it's all been saved for the last 6 games.
Well, yeah, that would be great if it was. A couple of last minute winners would be nice, wouldn't it? Maybe 6 last minute winners. But listen, we'll keep going. Plenty of twists and turns, as you know, and hopefully we're in the mix.